Hello everyone. Today we are looking at this Casio MQ-24, one of the most popular watches in the world. Let's find out why. Typically this watch comes in at about 10 British pounds or somewhere between 10 and 15 US dollars. So it is at the very lowest budget. So pretty much affordable for almost anyone out there. For your money, you're getting a 34mm case. It's about 7.88 millimeters thick, so it's very, very slim. It's a resin strap, resin case, acrylic crystal, and obviously it's a quartz movement. You're not getting a lot of water resistance for your money, so this watch is essentially splash proof. There's no meter rating on it, and that's because this case is simply clamped on. So not the greatest if you're wanting something to go in the pool. I wouldn't take this swimming or anything like that. It's a beautiful design, really lovely design. It's a very small watch, so by today's standards, this is quite a small watch, but it is a very good looking watch. If you're quite a minimalist person and you like wearing classic clothing and things like that, this is going to look great with almost anything. It's a really great casual watch. I wouldn't be wearing it with a suit or to any kind of dress up events, but for everything else, it's great. Now, I do love an acrylic crystal. So if you are doing some kind of manual task, this is a great watch for that. Acrylic crystals, they do get scratched up quite easily, but they're also very easy to take scratches back out of, unlike mineral crystals. So I love acrylic crystals. I bought this watch second hand and it came in at just 19 pence, which is an absolute steal. And the crystal was really badly scratched up. I've used a little sandpaper on this and buffed those scratches out, and then I've used some headlight polish on that, and it looks great. It looks almost brand new. I've currently got about 10 watches in my collection, and this one gets a lot of wrist time. Firstly, because it's very, very slim and very lightweight, so if I'm doing anything where I need to put a watch on that I kind of want to forget about, not worry about damaging, or even if it's just catching my keyboard on my computer, which some of my stainless steel watch straps do, this is great for that. But also if I'm doing any work on my car, which I sometimes do, or any kind of manual labor, this is the watch that I put on. The watch itself is pretty rugged. It is gonna stand to last a good few years. Typically on these things, the straps wear out long before the watch does, and that's because the rubber on the strap, or whatever it is, resin, gets a little brittle over time, particularly if it hasn't been worn. Straps are pretty cheap to replace, but again, so is the watch. But I do try and replace straps rather than just buying a new watch. I'm all about recycling and keeping things alive where possible. Now, one of the great things that I really like about this watch is the viewing angles. So it's very, very easy to tell the time. There are no watches in my collection that I think are easier to tell the time with than this watch. It's great in fairly dark conditions. Obviously, there's no light, no lume, but the white dial and the black numbers stand out quite well with the black hands. The viewing angles are great. So if you're driving and trying to look at your watch, or using your arm but you can't quite twist it around for whatever reason, you can have a quick glance and you can usually tell the time from almost any angle, as I'm trying to show you here. So it's really good if your vision isn't great or anything like that. And there are variants with larger numbers also. So here is the MQ-24 on my 6.75 inch wrist. It wears quite small. It's very, very slim. You can see that right there. It's hugging my wrist really nicely. If you've got huge wrists, maybe it might be a little on the small side for you, but 7-inch wrist and under, I think this is going to look fine. And it's kind of the style as well that it wears like this. Very, very easy watch to wear. Will slip under any kind of shirt you wear and any kind of jumper or anything like that. Even with fairly tight cuffs, it's going to slide nicely under there. No problem whatsoever. So that is my review of the Casio MQ-24. A fantastic, really low priced budget beta watch that wears with pretty much anything, maybe not formal events, but aside from that, it's good to go. And if you're not into the vibe and the sort of retro style of the Casio F91W, or if you just prefer an analog watch, this is definitely the one to go for. It's just value for money the whole way through.